All right, November 27th, 2019. Checking out the generator. It's in this little house, which is also a trailer at times, but not right now. Here's the diesel generator. It's a 6.5 kilowatt hour diesel generator. And we've got an external fuel tank here, which I found in a dumpster in Arizona. It was in the back of a hotel. They used it for laundry detergent, and so that's holding waste vegetable oil that I have previously filtered and dewatered, and I got that from a restaurant. So at first, in the blue hose, goes over here, comes, and the first thing it does is it goes through this heater. So inside of this pipe here, there's a electric element from a DC water heater. So it might have been from well, I bought the element new, but it could be used in like a boat or maybe an RV. And so on cold days, I can hook that up to the battery, and the first thing that happens is that the thick, cold vegetable oil gets heated and thinned. So once it goes through there, it's actually being pulled through this pump. So I'll turn this pump on. You can hear it going. So that's a 12 volt DC pump that also runs off of the batteries, and it would have been used as like a agricultural sprayer or something like this. But they work really well with this vegetable oil. Then after the pump, it goes through a filter to make sure that there's nothing in the fuel, and this is a under-the-counter water filter that people use in their homes for drinking water. And I like that because it has a replaceable paper filter that I can, for one, I can just compost that filter when it goes bad, and I don't have to replace this big metal thing that I don't know if they get recycled, you know what I mean. Anyway, then from there it goes through this copper coil. So this is some copper tubing that's wrapped around the exhaust pipe. So once the engine is heated up, it will heat the fuel and get it nice and thin to a great temperature. Goes through what used to be our only fuel filter on here, but it just goes through there again, and that's kind of nice to still have. I don't know, every once in a while it gets clogged and it's kind of a little pain in the butt, but as long as that stuff isn't going into the injectors, it's a good thing. Right now I have the Mercedes, which is also running on vegetable oil, which has a similar conversion done to it. You see the same pump, you see the same filter, and a heat exchanger. It's a little bit different. It's jumping the batteries right now. So this has two deep cell batteries wired in parallel here. And there's something about this generator, I haven't been able to figure it out, that it doesn't charge the batteries on its own. I was actually told by someone that it doesn't have that function, which is kind of weird to me. But there's no 12 volt system on that thing, so they'd have to, you know, have installed some special thing. And anyway, so when it's running, I have this battery charger that runs you know, basically it could get plugged in here, and then it charges the batteries whenever the generator is running. But in the morning like this, I'm often found out here chilling by the Mercedes, waiting for the generator to have enough juice to start. So to start it, we'll turn on this pump. And I can tell at this point how much battery it has by how the pump runs. If it's nice and strong. And then this is a preheater for the glow plugs. I'm supposed to hold that down for a minute. And I wanted to hook up, right now, the way to hook up the fuel preheater. Oh, that's why it's dead, because this was left on. So that thing's on. The batteries went to absolute zero. I would have to hold this for a minute. Then there's some stuff going on in here, like this is the old fuel pump, and it's the old, yeah, it's the old fuel pump, and it had a fuel filter attached to it, and I bypassed that. So you'll see this fuel comes right in and just goes right into the injector pump. That's the injector pump. And then I really need to take this little fuel pump off and just add a little cover on the block there. You can see where it's mounted to the block, because since it's no longer being used, and it actually leaks oil from this spot, and this is why there's these two vice grips here holding the thing, and this is why all this oil is everywhere, and it's just no good of a situation. Anyway, lots to do on this thing. Might have been holding this for close to a minute. Let's see what happens. Nope. So I'm gonna let it charge for a while, and we'll go from there.